video. Today's topic is pretty juicy. It's called A Wake-Up Call for Wives. This came out of an article that I read in Meridian magazine. I'm going to put a link to the whole article because obviously if I sat here and talked in detail about everything they said, this would be a 30-minute video. But it really intrigued me reading about this. Just, you know, we hear about divorce being so high. Maybe some of us are in troubled relationships or marriages. And just being married myself, I've realized how much work a marriage and a relationship is, and it definitely takes some effort on our part. So some of the things in this, some of the tips in this article, I was like, oh, what wife would do something like that? And then other things, I was like, had me under a rock because I'm guilty. But so it just basically talks about, they interviewed like men, and men wrote in and kind of shared like their complaints or things that they felt that women needed to know. And so here were some of the topics, what they felt that wives needed a wake-up call to just kind of like pay attention to your man and listen up. So the first one was give him time to unwind. Men like to come home from work and kind of like de-stress, veg out and do nothing. So you know, I know I've been guilty of that before. My husband will come home from work and I'm like, babe, and I'm just telling him about my day. But, you know, and you can just tell like they're not really responding or whatever. So just take the time to let them veg out and do nothing when they come home from work. Okay, next one. If something continually bothers you, let him know. This is like one of the biggest things why people get a divorce nowadays. You don't tell your husband things the minute that they bother you. You let it build up, and you know what happens when that, you know, you just like explode one day. So if you're somewhere and your husband does something that bothered you, maybe he did it in public, when you get in the car, that's the time to be like, babe, I didn't like that you did that. You know, don't do that again, and just, you know, move forward, but express it when it happens. Next one, listen to him. A lot of times as women, we're so quick to, maybe if our husbands are telling us a story or just kind of like telling us how to do something, we'll be quick to cut them off and maybe like show them a better way, or just feel like they don't know what they're talking about, or I don't know, just some women tend to do that. So take the time to listen to your husband. The other day my husband was telling me like a little, like something that he learned out in the yard, and I had already seen our landscapers do it, but he came like, babe, I discovered this new way, and I was like, oh, cool, babe, even though I already knew the trick, but I just listened to him. So sometimes you gotta yes, dear, and just kind of use that model. Next one, let your husbands know how much you love and appreciate them. Ladies, are we taking the time to thank our husbands for going to work every day, for being good providers, for helping us around the house, for doing the yard work, or even the things that we feel they're supposed to do? Are we taking the time to thank them and show our appreciation to them? They need that. We need to stroke our men's egos. Next one, put the needs of your home and family first. This one I was a little guilty in. I mean, the article kind of went into extremes talking about women. Like, it just says that, like, women that stay home especially, they have more and more time on their hands. They're busy on social networks and just like going out with their friends, having lunch, and then their husbands get home, they don't have dinner, the house is a mess, and you kind of blame it on the kids. But put the needs, especially if you have the privilege of staying home and being a stay-at-home wife, know that that is your job, your full-time job, and that comes before anything, before your social life. Have your home in order. And, you know, we all need our time to like do our thing, or days that you don't want to do anything, but for the most part, know that that's your job and put it first. Next one, believe him when he says I love you, and be forgiving. Sometimes when you get in a fight, you know, it's just hard to believe them, and you just like want to hold on to stuff, but just believe him. You know, obviously he married you for a reason. You're in it for the long haul. Just be willing to take that apology and forgive and forget. I know that it's, you know, depending on what it is, obviously we're not talking about cheating or something like that, but just like, you know, the little tips that you get in, just when he's ready to be humble, or you guys are ready to make up, move forward, don't hold it in, believe him and forgive. Next one is accept his compliments and say thank you. So I was a little guilty of this one. How many times do our husbands compliment us, and, you know, he'll be like, oh, babe, you look cute in that outfit, and you're like, oh, I know, but the other one looks better, and you just kind of like belittle yourself. So, you know, sometimes when our husbands compliment us out of the blue, we're kind of like, why are you complimenting me, or what did you do? But, you know, just accept that compliment. Just, you know, obviously your husbands are saying it because they mean it, and just believe them and say thank you. So I like that one, and I was kind of guilty of that one too. He needs compliments too. Ladies, are we taking the time to compliment our husbands? Tell them how handsome they are, how, you know, much you appreciate them. That's part of the appreciation too, but how good they smell, or how their hair looks good, especially things that maybe, you know, they kind of have a complex about. Compliment him, or tell him like, wow babe, that looks really cute on you, or whatever. Just, you know, take that time to stroke the ego. Next one is be a lady. So this doesn't mean you have to wear a skirt and always be prim and proper, but be a lady. Don't try to be one of the guys. Don't be all vulgar and you know, shooting the bird and just being like cursing like a sailor. Just be a lady. That's what men love about us, our softness, our meekness. So, you know, just keep that in mind. You don't have to be, that's what they have their boys there for. Femininity is a part of your inner beauty. Just keep that in mind. And lastly, be 100% loyal and faithful. Obviously, that's one of the big reasons why people get a divorce. But, you know, are your eyes wandering? Are you one that is, you know, looking at that cute trainer at the gym? I know since I got married, it's really weird. Just automatically, I just had these blinders put on me. Like, I don't even notice cute guys. I know that the longer you're married, or if you're having problems, your eyes can kind of drift a little bit. But obviously, kind of the model I like to live by is if I'm being faithful, and then my husband's being faithful. So, oh, this was one that they said in this, that part of being loyal to your husband is not talking bad about him to other people. So I kind of believe that you always have that one girlfriend that you can just vent. And I think that we all need that, especially us girls. We need that. That you can vent and be like, oh, he's so, like, he pissed me off, he did this. But definitely don't make it like a group discussion, putting down your man, talking about how lazy he is, how he doesn't help around the house and this and that. Because that definitely can build up and just kind of start making you look at your husband negatively. So pick your one girlfriend that you choose to talk, that you can vent and talk bad about your husband, or just be like, for me it's my sister. I know she's not going to judge my husband, because that's another thing you risk, that you tell somebody, you know, how upset you are, and then they like look at your husband differently. So make sure that you confide in like a non-judgmental person. So usually your siblings, like a sister, or just your best friend that you've been through it all. So tell me what you think about those guys. This week was a week of miracles for me. Just small little miracles that let me know that God was looking after me and, you know, just had my best interest in mind. It was small things. I feel that if we take the time to thank God when those small little things happen, that you know it was too much of a coincidence and that it had to be a God thing, take the time right then when it happens to thank Him. It could be a good parking spot, you guys, something that like you pulled up and right there someone was backing up. Thank God for that. Thank Him for making your life a little simpler, easier. And I just really believe that if we take the time to thank Him for those little small miracles that happen in our life daily, that are personal to us, that maybe wouldn't mean something to everyone else, take the time to thank Him at that very moment. And it'll just change the way your relationship with Him, just the way that you appreciate Him, just the way that you communicate with Him. Take the time to show appreciation for the small things, and you'll feel big things in your heart. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Not one more minute, not one more day.
To do something really special for you. I just appreciate all of my subscribers, and I want to continue growing my page. So today, right now, at the end of this video, you didn't even know this was coming, I'm going to do a special giveaway on my Facebook page. So you got to go to the link will be down there, Facebook/Cupcake Covertops. And today, I'm going to be giving away this smoky eye palette, just because it's part of the look that I'm wearing today. So if you've been looking at my eyes, just wondering, ooh, how did she get that look? It's with this cute little palette. And I'm going to give this away to one lucky girl. It has, can you see those colors? It's really pretty. There's 6 eyeshadows here, 3 base colors. Super cute. It has a little thing here to tell you how to do your makeup if you need a little help, and I can help you too. But I'm going to give this away. All you have to do is leave a comment on my page. I'm going to actually post something there, like a headline that just says for the giveaway, and you leave a comment. Tell me which one of these tips stood out to you the most, which one did you agree with the most, or which one you feel you needed work on. So just mention something about the tips that I just shared, wake up call to wives, and I'm going to pick a winner this Friday. I'll announce it on my Facebook page, so we'll just do it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 days, because I'm going to post this tomorrow. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll announce the winner Friday at, let's say, 2 o'clock. So like my page if you're not already part of our Facebook page. Like my page, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!